Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and we try to analyse an angle of the race that we might look back on later as having been critical to finding the winner. Well, we have our first dirt races of the season on Sunday, and the first race we're going to take a look at is race 3 on the dirt, and that is in fact our winning factor. And this race is going to attract plenty of discussion and attention. To me, looks a 3-horse race. Infinite Power has a chance. Fortune Happiness reunites with his favourite jockey, Joao Moreira. And then there's Lord Thunder, a debutant from the Hayes Yard, who's going to get all the talk in this race, especially after the awesome debut of his stablemate Nervous Witness last week. And I expect that Lord Thunder will be odds on, as Nervous Witness was. David Hayes has been talking him up, and he certainly looks a horse with some upside to him. But let's have a look at what all the fuss is about. And this is a trial from September the 3rd, the most recent of his 6 trials, and you see jockey Blake Shin here. He's in the mauve colours with the white sleeves and cap. Lord Thunder begins well, quickly takes control of the trial in front, and he leads all the way. Now the times here, well, they were sound rather than fast, but that's to be expected when the horse was never out of second gear. And worth noting that the horses chasing him here are not mugs either. Shining Gem, who has run well in Class 2, and Romantic Combo, a horse who has performed well in Class 3. So they're not pushovers, and of course Lord Thunder here running in Class 4. So that was Lord Thunder's 6th barrier trial. The last 5 of those have been on the dirt, so the dirt holds no fears for him, or does it? It's certainly a different proposition that faces him running 1,200 metres at his first start on the dirt, rather than what we saw last week with Nervous Witness, 1,000 metres on turf down the straight course. There's a few more tricks to 1,200 round a bend, so let's take a look at some meaningful statistics here. First of all, it's very much the road less travelled when trainers in Hong Kong send out a debutant on the dirt. Since September 2010, Lord Thunder will be the 100th horse to have attempted it, and as you see here, there have only been 5 successes. Now that doesn't sound great until you look at the foot of the table and see that under the X-wins, expected wins, the market expectations from that group was only 5.2 wins, so 5 is a line ball acceptable result. I've also added there David Hayes' record with dirt and, back in the day, Equitrack debutants from his first Hong Kong career, and he didn't manage to win any from his 11 runners attempting what Lord Thunder attempts on Sunday. So a win here would be breaking new ground for him. Once again, you see expectations were not very high. Now, if I'd taken that table back another 5 years to 2005, we still wouldn't have had more than 5 winners at their debut on the dirt. So it's something that doesn't happen all that often, but it is something that isn't attempted all that often either. Now on this graphic, I'm showing you the results for horses having their debut on the turf, and you see it's a much more attractive outcome. For distances 1,000 metres, 1,200 metres and even 1,400 metres, the debutant runners outrun their price to a significant extent overall, and Hayes, both in his first Hong Kong stint and so far in the second, is also basically ahead of the curve with horses having their first run. So where's the danger if this is a sterner task than we think? Well, both Infinite Power and Fortune Happiness have a chance. And I'm going to show you Fortune Happiness's most recent performance. This is at the final meeting of last season, race 830, and he's in the all blue colours. You see him caught 3 wide in midfield for most of the race here. Now, as you see on the heat map, not a high pressure tempo at any stage, so that definitely helped. But Fortune Happiness still did a pretty good job to box on and run second there in a return to form after what had been a quite moderate season from the horse. And on Sunday, Joao Moreira gets back on Fortune Happiness. He's the only jockey to have won on this horse, and he's had 3 wins and 3 placings from his 8 rides on the gelding. And when we take a look at the map, well, Fortune Happiness should get a decent run in midfield again this time. Probably a better tempo than he had at Happy Valley. And Lord Thunder, I think he'll bounce straight to the front from the inside. And then it'll be a question of how much pressure he gets from other speedy horses like Infinite Power and particularly Lucky Ruby from the outside gate. But the tip in race 3, Fortune Happiness. His winning factor, the dirt. Now, I don't think anyone, least of all me, will be surprised if Lord Thunder wins this in a canter. But as we've seen, there is more to do when they're running 1,200 metres first up on the dirt than many of the other assignments for first starters. Lord Thunder, yeah, he's going to Class 2 at some stage. Fortune Happiness, he's probably staying where he is. But on this occasion, I think he offers a better priced alternative to the Hayes runner. The other race I want to take a look at is race 8, and our winning factor here, the Map. Now, this is a handy Class 3, several promising 4-year-olds engaged in I'm a Single Man, Able Rain, a new horse for the David Hayes yard, and Gluck Racer making the step up from Class 4. But I think the race mostly revolves around I'm a Single Man and Gluck Racer. I'm a Single Man from the Inform Tony Cruz yard, and Gluck Racer from the Jimmy Ting stable, still looking after 2 meetings for the first win of the new season. So let's have a look at how they finished their last campaigns. And this is race 824, and in orange and purple quarters and a white cap, we see I'm a Single Man here. Now, he got a great ride on this occasion from Neil Callan, pressing forward, not his usual run style, as the favourite and eventual winner, Drops of God, goes out and takes control in the early stages in what was a very slow first 400 metres. Callan obviously didn't want to give away too much of a start to his major rival, and he succeeded in getting that part done, but it still wasn't enough. Drops of God, a promising horse himself, sprinting away to a soft win, and I'm a Single Man battling on strongly for the runner-up position. But 5 races earlier on the same day, Gluck Racer, he's in pink colours here, sitting just behind the speed, also ran over the Sha Tin 1,200 metres, winning in Class 4 in times that overall and sectional, they were a little bit slower than the Drops of God race, but he looked pretty good doing it. You'll see here Chad Schofield gives him a dream run in the 1 out, 1 back position, cruises into the race, and then Gluck Racer, once the rider asks him for his best, comes away for a very convincing victory on the line. Now, I'm a Single Man is up 3 pounds in the handicap for his second there, and Gluck Racer, he's down 9 pounds with the change in class. So with the weight difference, probably not a lot between those 2 performances, and I think the thing that will separate them though is the Map. So let's take a look at that. Again, drawn a little awkwardly here, I'm a Single Man has quite a few nuisance horses under him this time, as opposed to the very slow early pace in that video we saw, and they could get in his way if he's pushing forward early, trying to get that position again. And getting back looks a -2, as he'll give away a bit of a start to Gluck Racer, because Gluck Racer, well, from the inside gate, he looks capable of finding the back of the obvious leader in the race, Jolly Good Heart, and getting a very cosy trip like he did last time. So the tip in race 8, Gluck Racer. His winning factor, the Map. He's a horse with some upside still, Gluck Racer, and in what looks pretty much a 2-horse race, he looks like getting a dream passage while his main rival has a few obstacles to jump over in the run. Well, that's it from the winning factor for this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.